Hi there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with the practice tip of the day. This one is for the advanced player, and today I want to continue our discussion on chord laddering. In the last video we did some chord laddering with triads, and today I want to expand it out into 4-note chords, which is more like what you would see in jazz progressions. You know, they're bigger chords. And I'm going to do it a little backward first. I'm going to hold up the answer, and so you can kind of see what we're doing. And I'm going to play something so you can see how they go together. So here's the answer. This is what we're going to work toward in this lesson. All right. So these are our triads over here. You might recognize that from the other video. The other video, by the way, is over on the website www.livevideoguitarlessons.com, and it's also on the YouTube channel. But today we're working on adding another note to add to our triad here. So these are 4-note chords, and just I'm going to hold that up there so you can get a quick screenshot. Move my finger out of the way. And so I'm going to do a little playing. And I just want you to hear how those go together, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we got there. And this is not going to be the greatest chord progression in the world because I'm going to use all 7 of those chords. And obviously, when you're writing a song, you wouldn't want to use all 7 necessarily, unless you want to write a song that would be very unusual sounding. But I just want you to hear that the chords go together. So we can do something out of those 7, a little something like this. And I resolved it up to a C major there at the end. So, alright, so let's talk about what we're doing. And I have the autofocus on, so if I'm going out of focus, I apologize, but I want you to be able to see this when I hold it up. If you haven't seen the first video, it deals with the concept. It's very simple, and it'd be a lot easier to follow this if you've seen the first video. But all we're doing, just to kind of recap, chord laddering is we generate the 1 chord based on the first degree of the scale. So the 1 chord consists of C, E, and G. It's every other note in the scale. So for triads, our chord is C, just regular C major. When we go over one more note, C, E, G, and B, for the bigger chord, the 4-note chord, so we end up adding that B note, and that becomes C major 7. Same thing here with the D minor chord. I drew the minors in red, and I drew the majors in black, and I drew the bigger extended chords in green. And I probably should have drawn this diminished chord down here in red, but I forgot to do that. It's different from a straight minor, but it's more minor than major. We'll talk about that later. So anyway, so the 2 chord generates, you know, D, F, A, and then circle back around to C, and that gives us C, D minor 7. Same thing with E minor 7. We get E, G, B, and D, E minor 7, blah blah blah, and so forth. And when you get down here, when you're doing triads, you don't usually use the 7 chords. So if you're playing, you know, pop music and country and rock and you know, that sort of thing, you don't usually use that chord, but you do use it in jazz. And we do that, and we're going to talk about this one a little bit more. So the 7th chord, if you notice, if I didn't say it before, it's just skipping every other note in the pattern. Think of this as a circle. So, you know, when we're doing our 7th chord here, based on this 7th degree of the scale, first note is B, and then we jump over here for D, and then we jump over here for the F, and I think I'm covering them up. I'm sorry, I'm trying to point to them. I'm looking through the back of the page here. And that gives us our B diminished triad over here. When we go on over here and add the A note to the top, that gives us the B minor 7 flat 5. That's the construction of that chord. Some people call that a half diminished chord, or half diminished 7th chord. But those are the notes that belong in it. The B minor 7 flat 5 is different from a B. I need to do a separate video on this, but the B minor 7 flat 5 has the flatted 3rd and the flatted 5th, and the B diminished 7th chord has the double flatted 7th in there. This one does not have it. The double flatted 7th should play my guitar here. Turn the autofocus off, so I'll quit going in and out of focus. This is a B diminished chord. It has this A flat note in there. That's the double flatted 7th. B minor 7 flat 5, instead of having the double flatted 7th, it has this A in here, which is the 6th degree of the C scale, or just the flatted 7th from the B, I guess. Hopefully I said that right. Double flatted, yeah, flatted 7th, or the dominant 7th. I didn't really think about this before I shot the video. I was mostly concerned with the laddering, so got that covered. So instead of playing it this way, that's diminished 7th. I'm sorry. That's half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5. It's usually, at least where I see it, it's usually written as minor 7 flat 5. Instead of doing that, it's easier to play it that way. Very, very common in jazz progressions. So anyway, hopefully that helps. If I went through that too fast, just go back and look at the other video that talks more about the triads, and this is just extending that out a little farther. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Thanks for tuning in for this practice tip. Tune in again tomorrow for another one, and I will see you then. Thanks. Bye.